Hello, good evening. Another Sunday evening. Stampin' with Sandra. So I'm just getting these screens across and I think we're about there. Are we straight? I don't want to send you cross-eyed. There we go. And how is everybody? Who have we got with us this evening? Just going to try and get your camera in a little bit close. Oh, switch that off. A little bit closer because I think you're miles away from me. There we go, that's a bit better. Okie doke. Anyway, tonight I have a lovely card for you. It's one that I've seen around a lot, and a quick variation. I saw one pop up and I thought, right, I'm going to make one of those tonight. It's actually a pop-up gift inside a card. Now, it's so it appears so simple. Hi, Shaz, lovely you could join us. I know I'm in the right place. So I'm going to be using, I'm kind of trying to work through all the celebration items. Hi, Carol. I'm trying to work through all the celebrations. And this set is a bumper set of Designer Series papers that is one of the £90 spends here on the back page. So if you have any spends of £90 during celebration, it hasn't been one order, you can get all of these. Now, how I see these papers, lots joining us. Hi, ladies. How I see these papers is it's a £90 spend, but it's 4 times the size of one pack of paper. So any other papers, normal papers in the catalogue, you know what? You're on me instead of on there. There you go. You moved across now. Yeah, now you can see. So these papers, so it's the £90 spend. So 48 sheets is the equivalent of 4 packs of our Designer Series paper. So if you take the value of a normal set of paper, pack of paper, 12 sheets, you normally pay $11.25 for. So this, in effect, is the value of the paper could be considered as, if you were buying it, as £45 worth of paper, and it's a £90 spend. I always consider the papers in celebration as a freebie, as a terrific value. Oh, lots of you coming in today. Just click that message out of the way. There we go. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully everything's set up okay. So I'm using these. They are quite, they're bright, lovely, colourful, lovely papers. I've got one of each out actually, so I'll just take these. I was really stuck as to what colours to use because I've got several favourites. So I'm going to fan these out so you can see the 12 designs on the fronts. Hi. Is that Gabby? Is that Gabby on YouTube? There's somebody there that looks like a concoction of your surname, so I think it might be. So I'm just fanning those out. So there's 12 different designs in there. And I'm going to be using this one tonight. I wanted to use this one, but I couldn't find the second one. But I couldn't find what I wanted to put with it, if you know what I mean. I will be playing with all of these. But I just thought I'd had to share these with you quickly so that you can see what's in celebration. Lovely bright colours. And then when you turn them over, you have equally bright colours on the back there. Okay, there's a couple of lilacs in there. They're close together, and a couple of blues. So I might have shuffled them around a little bit. But beautiful colours and nice patterns, lovely background papers. Sorry, just tilt you down a bit because I think I'm a bit, tilt you that way. There you go, you get me in the middle of the camera. Yeah, love these. I love the ginghams. The ginghams I always love a good gingham, a nice plaid. Okey-doke. So I'm going to be using this one today. And I'm not sure which paper I'm going to put, which card I'm going to use with that. I might do a bit of each. But somewhere, I've left it in the machine. So let me just grab. I've pre-embossed a layer for you to save a little bit of time. So we do have the layer here. This is from, I'll just tell you what the size is when we get to it. This is Time Worn type. Okay, one of my favourite embossing folders. So these are the 2 colours, and then with a white layer in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to bring these through. So I'm thinking we've got to decide first which paper we're going to put inside and outside. This has got to be the liner inside our card. So I'm going to start off with that, grab my trimmer, and we're going to be making 2 inside layers because both facing pages are going to be the same. So this is just going to be, because there's white in here, I won't put a white matte layer with it. So I'm going to cut this down at 10 centimetres and then cut 2 pieces this way at 14.3. So that's a standard matte layer for us here in the UK, the metrics. So those in the States, just adjust to your basic layers accordingly. Okay, so there's a little tiny scrap there. Don't need that one at the moment. So those are for my inside. So these are going to be facing each other. And we need to decide what base card we're going to put with those. Do we prefer, oh look, we can put one on each. Do we prefer, I think this one's probably best. This one or that one? Hi Pam, hi Linda, love the papers. Yeah, hi. There's lots of people joining. So hi everybody, I can't name you all, there's lots of you. Okay. Oh, you've got COVID, Pam. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You've been through the wars a little bit over Christmas, haven't you? I hope you're not suffering too badly. The darker one. Yes, Lynette, you're... Oh, mango. Oh, you've got a mango. We got one of each. I think this is... Yeah, I think this one blends in nicely. We'll see whether we can get some mango in there. I'm just thinking, actually. I'll do another one with that one another time. I am going to use this one, and there's a reason why, because I think it's going to pull through some of the critters that I'm going to use. Now I have some pre-cut cards there, but not the shape that I want. So I'm going to cut this down to half a sheet. Oh look, more of you are saying that one now. I feel bad. Okay, let's score this one and get this one put away then. I think the majority have ruled, so I'll fold that one so I know that that's a whole card, and we'll go back to this choice. Sorry, who was it once said the light one, mango? Linda. Sorry, Linda. We will do another one another time. Cut that one. Get a shot of that. Turn it around and score it in half at 10.5. Whoops, I'm off your scale. Off your screen. There we go. Calypso coral, not cut, score. There we go. So that's that one. So this is going to be the inside of my card. Okay, and these are going to be on the facing pages. And as I said, because we've got a lot of white in there, we don't need a matte layer behind it. Okay, so that's where we're starting. Now, for the embossing piece that I did for you earlier, just to save a little bit of time and having another machine on my desk. This was the Time Worn type. I love this for texture. Bring it up to the screen a little bit more. Okay, it's nice texture. Just there's a bit of script in there, but it's quite nice. And this is just a standard layer. So again, so 14.3 by 10. So I left that on there to remind you. So if I stick these 3 down first, it will start to take shape, and then we've got the little pop-up to do and decorate it. Okay, so all of, oh, Smudge, hello Smudge. Smudge is saying hello, ladies. Okay, so that one's there, and then we've got a couple of these, so we're going to put them in there like so. So drop a Tombow. You know I love my Tombow. A bit sparing with it. One thing I didn't get out, but they are in sight, is my tweezers. Okay, look. And dimensionals, I think, are missing. So, have you all put your Christmas decorations away? Treats are on the desk. Yes, they are. She knows. Tiggs was asking me for one of his meaty sticks earlier, and I said, no, it's a late evening treat. He'd only just had his dinner. So he has one late in the evening when Daddy's in bed. So that's the inside of my card, and we're going to open it up and it's going to pop like so. I don't know what decoration we're going to put on here yet. I've got an idea, but we'll see how that works. So on the inside here, our little pop-up box. This is the piece de resistance. I do have one here. Oh, yes, with plaid actually. I'm going to just grab my paper back again. It's here. Put somewhere safe that I couldn't see. So I'm going to cut this one at 11 by typically hungry at any opportunity. Absolutely, they're cats. So 11 centimetres by 19. So I just want to see if this will do at the 19, and yes it will. So I'm going to cut this, just saving the way that you cut your card or paper. Just do it in the most economical way. So that's 11 centimetres this way, and get that over there with the others, and then 19 this way. Okay, this was literally the first time I've made one of these, so this is only I've made a template, but then this is my second one, so hope it all works accordingly. So I'm going to score this at 2 centimetres, but as you've seen me say before, if you try doing 2 here, you've got nothing to get hold of. So on our Stampin' Up! Trimmers, if you use the right hand side and go the 2 centimetres there and score, and then I'm going to turn it round as though I'd done that at 2, and then we're going to score it at 6.5. Okay, so that's going to come in there like so. Now on the long side, we're going to score this at, yeah, put Christmas away. We held on an extra day because yesterday was the Ukrainian Christmas Day. That's the equivalent of our 25th of December. Now they are trying to get away because it's a Russian link there. They're trying to get away from that and celebrate with the rest of the world on the 25th of December. But we held on, so they had the tree up for Christmas Day. So they've all gone away, and as ever, how many others of you have put all your decorations away and then found something, even if it's just one thing, that didn't make it into the boxes? Ours are in the loft outside in the garage, and yep, we found. So hey, so I'm just going to burnish all of these with my bone folder. Let's move you in again a little bit so you can see the box. So standard with all boxes, you're going to crease all the edges, okay, and then we're going to snip. So I find this easier to see on the other side. This paper is easier to see the score lines on than the white. So I'm going to cut on this side. Now on the little tiny tab here with boxes, you know, we just need to make a flap. So I'm going to cut both of those pieces away. So a snip in there and a snip in there. Ah, you might have done well this year. Well done. I found, oh, there's been more than one. Luckily, some hadn't gone outside yet, but there's one that is a tiny little bell that had fallen off onto a unit onto the floor. And yeah, nobody spotted it. So hey, that's gonna sit somewhere safe until next year. So this is gonna be the top of your box. So these are now gonna fold the other way. So if you can imagine it sitting like so. So here is where your mango is gonna tie in, Linda. So you wanted a mango. So this is the easiest way I can think to describe it, is that this narrow piece is the top, the flaps of your box. So I'm going to snip up on all of these. So take these two away and make your flap first, and then cut down those score lines. I'm still going to have to put my glasses on. Out of the way, just to see those lines. Now, depending on what type of box you're doing, I sometimes cut just either side of those little thick pieces, and I'd probably say to do that with this one. It's a tiny little fragment, but I would probably say that that will be good. So you're not cutting a wedge because it looks silly. You are cutting either side, you can see there, either side of that the score line. Okay, a very, very tiny little piece. Okay, these are not going to be stuck down. Okay, they're just going to fold over like so, and this is your box. So now these bottom pieces need to be cut away. I'm doing it from this side, and I'm going to take my biggest pair of scissors here so I can do it in one cut. Okay, so I'm just going to go on the outer edge here. You are only going to keep that one and that one. You don't want these two in the middle. Okay, so sometimes it's easier if you put a cross on them so that you can remember. So I'm going to cut this side of the fold. Kind of, it is down the middle, but it's just a smidgen to that side. Okay, so there's a little fold on there and a fold on there. So get these two out of the way, and you're going to cut that whole piece off. Okay, So again, down that folded edge. Okay, hold it so that you can see your lines. If you want to, you could use your guillotine if you're au fait with your paper trimmer, and get those out of the way and just cut down there. Okay, so there we have it. I think we're all together. So we're going to first of all make our box. So turn back to the front, and we're kind of looking like that. A little bit of a bridge, isn't it? So looking for ones a cat stole off the tree and hid up somewhere. Oh yeah, you'll find them later, probably about August. Okay, so I'm going to do this before. I'm going to just put the Tombow down the flap here. You don't need an awful lot, just need it enough to catch that. Okay, spread that around nicely. And as with boxes, all the pieces are even, so you're going to turn this over and cover that piece. Everything's lined up nicely. Okay, so you're going to just run this down here like so. Okay, and I'm going to leave that just to set for a minute while I cut the other piece. We need a little tiny skinny bit. I don't know if this is going to be enough actually. It wants to be 2 centimetres by 4. That's not going to be 14. 2 by 14. So we'll take a strip off here. That's 2 centimetres. Okay, by 14. 14 there. And we're going to score this one at 1.2 from each end. Silly little amount, but it makes a difference. So 1.2 that side and 1.2 this side. 1.2. Okay, and 7, which is the middle. Okay, this tiny little piece is going to be folded in half, whichever way you want to do. You're not going to see it, it's going inside, and then you're going to fold these flaps backwards. Okay, so that should be just like so, and just run the bone folder over those. Keep them nice and straight, although like I say, you're not going to see them. So that's our little mechanism, like so. So think of it as a little V. Okay, and pop that to one side. So this should be dry now. And if you squeeze this, you can obviously, sorry, I'm getting out of your camera vision. I've obviously set it up well so I don't have to lean over as far as I do normally. So this is your little box, and the flaps are going to come down. Like so. And you've got 2 that will go together. So if you have those 2 together like so, you are going to, which way? It doesn't really matter where they are as long as they're together. So you're going to cut those diagonally across that fold. It's easier for me to cut away from me. So I'm going to cut these from this corner to that corner there. So if I put my nail there, you know I won't cut my nail. So I'm just, again, with a long pair of scissors, you can do it in one straight cut instead of going snip, 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 snip. If you prefer, you can do it on a guillotine. It really doesn't matter. So there is our box. That is our mechanism. Okay, we've got everything folded. These 2 will fold in. They will be on the centre of our card, going away from us. Okay, like so. And then that will fold down flat. Okay, so that's where we're heading. So if we bring our card back, oh, I'm going to put this on first. So where this is going to go away from us on our card, the point's going away. So just think of it, the point is going north. Okay, so the card will come like so. This little mechanism wants to be in the bottom of your box at the back there. Okay, so I'm going to apply some Tombow, and it's going to come in that direction. Box Money's making is Andy's department. Yeah, that's good. It's a construction thing, isn't it? Men like things like that. They just have this knack. Now, instead of, when I put mine in before on my prototype, I actually got some glue on the outside of the box. So I'm going to come in from the bottom, and I'm just going to tuck it in towards the bottom, but not right at the bottom. It's going into that corner, okay? And I'm going to just nip it shut, okay? And press it down nicely. So what that's going to do, as long as I haven't got glue elsewhere, is going to leave you that little flap in the middle there, okay? That will come in handy shortly. So we're going to pop this into the card now. Bring my card back. So we're going to pop this on here, and then it's going to come up like so. I've left it so that the stronger colour is on the top. It kind of feels that Still looking for... Look, any comments on there? Sorry. Catch up. There's so many of you. There's comments on there. I need to be quicker looking. So this does look like it's all matching in together, but I'm not bothered with that. We're going to put the Tombow on the triangle here and the triangle here. If you're a bit worried about doing both together, you could stick one down, shut it, and then that will be held in place. So you want to make sure that this is not protruding outside of your box. Okay, I'm going to line mine up right on the top there with next to where the paper is, but it's going down the center seam here. So I'm laying that down so it's just got a bit of tack, and then I'm just going to press on there lightly so I don't squash the embossing on here. Okay, we just want that to adhere, and again we want to leave that just to dry. Test the mechanism and it will pop up like so. Oops, off the screen again, look. So as it comes down, it will fold inwards. Okay, now I'm going to pop, I don't know what this is. It's obviously a coffee shop somewhere that we've had a loyalty card from. If anybody knows Matthew Algie Coffee Makers, I've no idea where they are. It might even have been abroad somewhere. It could have been anywhere. So that could be a credit card. So had you got a Starbucks coffee or something like that, a card for a gift, you could just get that. So rather than risking leaving a credit card in here, oh, that is a bit too long, isn't it? Oh, no, that's not good, is it? Has my positioning wrong? And my last one, it was fine. I put that in there. Look, this was my prototype. So I put that in there. And it shut and it was fine. So you need to test that when you're putting your card in. What I've done differently, I've no idea. Unless I've kept this a bit lower. I've kept this one was lower on this card. Can you see where the box is on here? It's level with the top. That one's pretty level with the top. But for some reason, that is just overhanging a little bit on here. So stick that one in there. Something is not happening. It's not liking it. Well, that is a mystery. So I will do these measurements for you so that you know this one was about 1/2 centimetre lower on the top here. So when you're putting it into the middle of your card, just bring it down about 1/2 centimetre from the paper instead of going all the way to the top with your paper. I'm conscious that it doesn't want to stick out the ends here. So we can, just for demonstration, we can show you that that one fits. So we pop that in the box, like so. And obviously the American sizes, just be careful with the size, the measurements of your card, because you might be wider than us and shorter and wider. So just be careful. I'm going to stick with the other colours for now, because this this box can also be used for cash. So you could put cash in there, fold up a £10 note, £5 note, whatever gift you're giving. And so that could use in there. I'm sticking to this one because of the mango. And I have got, can you remember, I don't know if I've used this with you or not. This is the Playing in the Rain set. I've been doing quite a few projects with this one for a tutorial share. And I'm really liking it. It's got all of these are embossed, clear embossed. I used it on the tutorial share that we've done for a catalogue launch at the weekend. Okay, it's really, really lovely. Lots of people on that. I think there was nearly 60 of us. So if you haven't already joined in, I'm going to be putting up the playlist of all the videos. So instead of going through all the posts, because there's several per person, you will just have all the videos together. Okay, but look out for that coming up. Okay, with this one, I have taken a piece of the paper out that's got all the critters on it. Okay, so these ones here. I love this set, I really do. It's quite cute. It's got 2 different pages of images. It's got this one that you can die cut. It's got these ones that you have to fussy cut, but I'm going to be taking one of those as well. I might have one pre-cut, I'm not sure, so I might be using that one. I'll leave that out. Okay, and I'm sure I went through them with you, so I will not go through them again tonight, but I will post a link later on. Okay, so this one here I'm going to rough cut round. So just take my scissors and bring him roughly, chop the flowers off. and I do not get rid of those because a circle punch in there or fussy cut, there's some lovely features there to use. Bring on my little baby. And the last time you saw me, if you saw a plate that was cut and broken in here, I have a brand spanking new shiny one. Okay, so we need that stamp set to get the dies from. Some gorgeous things on this one. I do love it. It's so cutesy. I had a customer with me last Monday, just dropped in. It's a drop-in day. And as soon as she saw it, she said, oh, I've got to have that. And then she had the whole collection, the whole set. And then a team member came in the afternoon, a bit later. They overlapped slightly. And as soon as she saw it, she said, oh, I've got to order that. So it's quite funny how I wasn't quite sure how it would go down, because some people love critters and some people don't. So I'm just going to anchor this down. I've left my tape over the other side of the room, so I'm using a post-it note just to anchor that die. It's the one I put the measurements on for you. So I'm going to just anchor that die so hopefully it won't move. Get that one on there. And another one the other side, because there's lots of little pieces here. So I'm going to put one this side. Okay, just that sticky bit's only on that end. He is moving. Glasses. I can't bear to have him cut wrongly. No, let's move him a bit. Sorry, my head's in the way maybe. I pivot on this little point at the top of the umbrella. Okay, and then I go for his feet, so I know whereabouts I am. And they are quite close to the line, so as long as you can see all the lines and you can see the centre up there, it should be okay. One there, but the tail didn't seem to be quite lined. We'll risk that one. Okay, tape is a little bit stronger, the Scotch tape, so it's or a bigger post-it note, not one with just tiny ends. Okay, bring that back and pop him out. There we go. Now he's not bad actually. He's got an even border all the way around, which is what we wanted. That's good. So I'm going to stick him back in the stamp set. And then one of the others I'm going to have to fussy cut. So one of the little chappies, I'm just going to cut him off. And going to bring my card back. One with the mango. Here we go. So we've got mangoes on there. So he needs to have something inside. So we do need to have some little critters. We've got some clouds here. I'm not so sure that the clouds actually need to go with this one. I'm just loving these cutesy bits. Oh, I'm missing out on your greyhound here. So nearly ordered this set, but went for the rabbit one in the end. Oh, yeah, I haven't got that one on my agenda yet. I've got the owls. Obviously, the owls are my cutesies. So I'm just going to fussy cut around this one. Okay, I will leave a little white border because the other ones have got white borders round. Just bring him round there. Ladies, I'm cheating tonight. I have a big thick jumper on because two reasons. I am roasting at the moment, but I came in here, my room was freezing cold. So I'd had to wash my hair because my hair needed doing. So I went up, washed my hair, came back. I've got my pyjamas on with the jumper on. So the jumper's keeping me warm, but I'm already in PJ and slipper mode. So now I'm warming up on here. It's, yeah, starting to roast. I love this jumper. It's an old one, but it's got bare arms, so you haven't got any sleeves on it. It's like two squares of knitted jumper. It's quite cute, but I bought it when we went away for a January retreat with some friends and just doing our own thing. And it's really just perfect because when you're crafting, you want your body warm, but you don't want to be roasting and have arms that are, chunky arms getting in the way. So that's the reason this is my crafting jumper. So these are such clear outlines on here. They've got nice black bold outlines. They're lovely to fussy cut. They're really good. Cut away your excess. Okay, you're in pyjamas. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with pyjamas at all. And I don't mind if someone comes to the door, as long as I'm decent, I'm covered. I'm not exactly the shape to have skimpy little things, so hey. I'm covered, decent. Winging him round there. Pivoting as usual on my left hand, just pivoting here. Take it you can still see me yet. There we go. I had some ladies here on Friday. It was so funny. They had some fussy cutting to do. And they would chat the whole day, 5 ladies and me. And the instant they started fussy cutting, it was totally quiet. So Sam, if you do come on here, it was just, and it happened twice, they just straight all went into fussy cut exactly at the same time. And suddenly you could hear a pin drop. Not even Smudge asking to come in. So funny. So if I sat here and didn't speak, you'd think the volume had gone off. So there he is, look, he's so sweet. I think I might do this style of card with the actual papers on here, the rain ones, but I have got to wait for a new pack to turn up because I've been using it so much. Tweezers. Been using it so much, then I haven't got enough paper left. So we have got these on here like so. So we could have the rain there, we've got the brolly there. The colours quite go nicely. I need to have a greeting in here as well, but then I also need to decorate the front. So I'm just going to turn to the front here. Oh, you're going to fall out. Come here. Go over there. So I might have another one of these on the front here. We don't need a lot of detail because we've got texture on here. But I might find my stamp set again. Where did you go? You're hiding. Oh, that's silly. Silly. He honestly cannot hide that far away. Under the cutter, look, there you go. There are some little tufts in here of grass, which are really cute. And if you want to, you've got a log here as well. Just pop that one back in. Get rid of those. Put the bin. So these little tufts of grass might actually be nice. Let's get those ones out. We'll cut some of those in green, just to give him something to actually be standing in, so he's not just floating in the air. I need a little scrap of some old olive, really. Mossy. Is that one too dark? That might be a bit dark, actually. What have I got here? No, I'm going to grab a quick piece of old olive, I think, because that's a good shade to go with him. Although, I could just check here. You found your Fluorite dyes? Oh, excellent. So I'm just looking in here to see if I've got any pre-cut. No. Because I put my dyes inside my case, I put all the embellishments, all the little bits. Look, he might actually want to have a little friend with him as well. Look, in here, I've got, this is the other one with the mangoes. I've got a, oh, he can go in there as well. Look, there can be a couple of those somewhere. Okay, but I haven't got any grass cut. So it's just a handy way of keeping it. And these tinier pieces in there are the bows from the kite. So it's just a good way of storing them and using these instead of just sitting on them. So I'm going to cut a couple of those. And my little machine here, a tiny little piece. Cut all of these off. You can see the girls were doing this at the weekend. Get rid of those. Machine. Tuck them in the corner. Okay, and my nice new plate. Nice to hear you're all in pyjamas. You see, you're in my clan. You really are. When I do retreats, there's a case of people, a lot of people bring 2 pairs of pyjamas, one to be crafting in and one to go to sleep in. It's quite funny. There's no house rules. Good, they just stuck to the back of that. Pop them on the magnet straight away so you don't lose them. Oh, one's still in there. Just poke that one through. There we go, and that one to come out as well. Off the plate. You can go away now. One of those, that one in the case. Bring you back on. Okay, so we'll have some grass on the front just for him, and then we'll have some on the inside for the other two when I find them. Okay, a lot of jumping up and down today. As soon as I sat down, I said I haven't got dimensionals easy to hand, have I? So we're just going to wait for me to just grab those. The downside of tidying up too often. I had this conversation with one of my friends before I came online. She spent most of the day tidying her craft room, and I said, as I have people in, like Friday, everything got tidied, everything was put away, and so hence my materials weren't out on the desk, whereas they're normally sitting here from one week to the next, one video to the next. I don't need that one, I don't think. We'll put a little one on there maybe. Little dimensionals just fit in there sometimes when we want them. So take those off. And that one. And I think if we put some grass on here, we would want him to be sat sort of along the bottom here, like so. So these grass pieces, you have one going to the right and one going to the left. Just checking you can see me. So that one's coming out just so that you can see there's some grass there, and then that one can go that side of him. So I'll pop these on flat just with some Tombow, my ever faithful tweezers. There we go. Because he's 3D, these can just slide underneath him. A bit coming out there. And that one's just going to come out the other side. Now sometimes, it's a good one to show you, sometimes because I've stuck this one down, I might just need to lift him up a little bit just to get him in there. Other than that, you can actually cut pieces away of your dies if they won't go under because of your dimensionals. I do that so much because you've got a dimensional in the way. Nobody can see underneath there. Because these have only just gone down, they are quite easy to remove. So I want them different levels. There we go, that's him. And then we're going to stick these ones on the inside. So our little box jumps up. This is going to have a note in it as I described earlier. So this one could come in there. And this was our little umbrella man. He needs to be facing inwards. So maybe, and he's looking over his shoulder. So maybe we'll put those on the end there. Okay. I don't want these to be too dimensional, but I want a little bit of something there. So when you don't want as fat as a dimensional, I often use glue dots and just tap those on the back. It's the thickness of the jelly, but it's not as thick as a dimensional. So the brolly, I'll put one on each end. So they've got just slightly raised up as opposed to being flat, and one on his belly. There we go. So there's just a few on there. And so he won't actually be flat. Okay, and the same with this one. Just on the inside of the roll here. So one on his head. These are very, very sticky as well. And one on that side of his body. And then one on this side of his body. There we go. There we go. So he's facing inwards. And then we're going to have a little piece of grass for each of those, can't we? Behind him maybe, like so. And again, he's got that little bit of leeway underneath. So I will put some grass with him. It's nice to bring another colour in actually. Just going to tuck that underneath there. There we go. And then this one, maybe that side. This side, he's walking into the grass. No, he's behind the grass. There we go. You're all still with me? Have you got loads of... Oh, Shaz, it's so exciting, isn't it? I'm still undecided with him. I think he's got to be walking into the grass because his body's going over there. Mr. UPS calling. It's really good. You have to block out your diary when you know he's going to be visiting. Okay, so I just need a greeting on here, and I'm going to take that from the same stamp set. So we've got rainy days are better with you, or oh happy day. So I think we'll do oh happy day on this one. Block there. There we go. I'm going to use my black tonight. I got it out ready. I've hidden it under there. Oh, I've got some blends there. We didn't use the blends. And just need a piece of white card. No. White. So just a little scrap to write on here, stamp on. On this one, because you've got textures in here, you could also put another plaque inside if you want to write your message on, or you can just do the greeting on the back here. Okay, so some people do that, or put another plaque on the back. When you know who you're giving to, it's going to be a little bit easier. So, oh, happy day. I'm going to just ink that up again because it's, try that again. I put my Stamparatus away, so I can't do it more than once on there. That's much better. Okie doke. So I'm going to get my guillotine. And I'm going to cut this, make this into a nice square. Oh, no, I might. I'm just going to change my mind. Prerogative. Because I've still got this out on the desk. That isn't actually going to be big enough. This cloud punch is really useful with this set because there are clouds in these papers. You see these ones here, there are clouds actually in the papers. So the cloud ties in nicely. So I'm going to get a bigger piece of card and I'll punch out the cloud afterwards. Okay, let's just do that again. Oh, try not to joggle you. Okay, stick him about there. Oh, you're welcome, Mel. Mel. It's I think that's Marilyn. We need to book another date for your lady, your group to come over, don't we? You can have a play day with whatever you fancy. Okay, oh happy day. There we go. That's really nice. And so he can be over here. He's flat. But what I am going to do, show it up here. Oh. I'm going to switch the camera off me at the moment. Just take that off. You really don't want my head leaning across the camera. I have got a stack here of about 20 ink pads. There you go, I'm back. So I had a behind the camera here, I've got a stack of about 20 ink pads. So it's not a good idea to lean right over the camera. So I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper because he needs a little bit of definition on here. So we've got Balmy Blue and we've got the beautiful blending brushes. So I just take that off the edge there first. I'm just going to go around and massage these edges. It will only give a slight tinge, but when it's put against another white layer, oh, I'm not jiggling you, am I? It's going to build up that colour a little bit. Just on there. Oh, that's a bit, I didn't tap off first, did I? That's it. That dark piece is why you start off the card first and bring it back on. So you don't go in with a big hard lump. I won't make you wait, but I can do that one again off camera. And the other thing is, when I use my laminated grid sheets, I find that this ink is still wet on the grid sheet, the laminate. So if you've got a glass mat, I need to resurrect my glass mat. I purchased one, but I couldn't use it on the tables I used to have, the buffet style ones. Although they were pretty solid, where the hinge was in the middle, they weren't flat, so I couldn't actually use it. I think I'm going to have to do these a little bit heavier to match that up for now. But I will do it again as soon as I come off the screen. Just bring it over, a little bit over the top, just very faintly. Oh, that's a stiff one. Get that out. That one off. Right, and my dimensionals again. Card comes back. Like I say, that was a bit heavier than I wanted, but hey, I could tuck that behind there, couldn't I? And you wouldn't be any the wiser. Okay. What I have got, just bear with me, because in the packet here, I'm going to just show you, because I put all my little pieces in here, I have got some clouds cut. So there's some that have been used as a mask, but also I've got this little one here. So I'll leave those ones, but this one I could actually bring over here and have him overlapping, providing I give him some colour as well. So I'm going to bring this on. Better with the colour. Yeah, it is nice with the colour. I'm just using the ink that's on here just to take the whiteness off this. Okay. It's not showing very much on there. There will be when you stick it against the white, you might see a little bit. Okay, so that could actually be like so. So that covers up that dark piece. So this is going to go on foam pads. So I'll put a couple of those on the back. Okay. And they can come over here. Just to balance him up, he's on the left, this is on the right. And then this one, there is a tiny tinge of white on there, of the blue, sorry, coming over. So I'm going to leave him like so, just coming off the edge. And he will have a dimensional as well. And then we're nearly there. Okay. Like I say, this was the first time I've had a stab at one of these, the box in the middle. So I was just frantically just trying to find something to use with it. But I think he's okay. I love this set. It's a beautiful suite. Really is. Yeah, and there's our box. Okay, and then you put a note in there, fold a note up, and then give that as a gift. I would put some gems on there. I could put some little clear ones on, just to break the white background up. So I had here my Calypso Coral, which is the colour that we used for the background, and my Cajun Craze. These ones are retired, but the Cajun Craze, they used to do, these were a colour that we had, so that's why I left those out in case we needed them. I'm going to use my dark Calypso Coral, which is this card colour, and I'm just going to colour this loose straggly. I use the brush end, it's a lot easier. So I go over the top and round the sides. Okay, I'm going to use that straggler up first so I can get rid of that piece of paper. So don't scrub it, just over the top, round the sides. Top, round the sides. I'll do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I touch the tops again just for second layer. And then my tweezers again. And that one can come on here. Oh, there we go. Just dot them in a piece that's not raised, because obviously the raised section's on here. Oh, he's come there. There are some nice flat pieces in between here. Oh, there we go. Probably actually only use the 3. And the inside doesn't really need it because it's quite busy enough. There we go. So there's the finished card. Okay, so the card front on its own is nice, but if you wanted to add a note, or if you ever want to do for a coffee card, something like that, like I say, just don't bring it right to the top on this one. Do it like I did on the previous one, just about 0.5 centimetre down from the top, and check it. Just hold it there and check it before you stick it down. Okie doke. But that's really nice, and I love that. I've been wanting to do one of these for ages, and it just pops up in the middle and you can see the whole present, the whole gift. Okay, so just bear in mind your papers when you fold the top over. If it's a one-way design, when you fold it over, you're going to have something upside down. So say like this one, for example, if you did the raindrops on the front and then you folded this over, you've got people standing on their heads. Okay, that's just the only thing that you need to remember when you fold something outwards like that. So a non-directional paper is fantastic. Okay, so I'm glad you liked it. It's just a little bit different, and once it's been open and shut a few times, it's great. Okay, that's also reminded me of another one I'll probably do on Wednesday. I'll bring it back to me. My throat's starting to go a bit croaky. On Wednesday, I haven't done one on live, I don't think, is the pop-up card in a box. So the whole card is a squidge down and it pops up. So I think I'm going to do one of those. So see what I can come up with on Wednesday for you. Similar sort of thing. So we're popping up. This is a pop-up present. This is going to be a hop-up. The whole card will pop. Okay. Quite straightforward when you know how to do it. Okay, so I'm sure you'll have fun. Some of you might have done it with me before in classes, but we'll see some new papers with it and see how we go. So Celebration is in full swing. Mini catalogue is in full swing. Got the first batch of customers' orders on their way already, and a second lot's going to go through tonight after the call because it won't get picked till tomorrow morning. So if any of you are interested in anything, just drop me a line and let me know. And if you're watching me on YouTube, then please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Then you'll be notified when I go live again. Thanks again for joining me, and see you again soon. Oh, and watch out for the playlist for Saturday, the catalogue launch. 60 videos, so lots and lots of inspiration. 60 recorded content. Okay, so take care and look out.